What's going on? I'm Kevin Kenny. Welcome to a brand new edition of the Build series. And our guest today is a two-time Latin Grammy nominee whose music has been streamed over 1 billion, that's with a B, times around the world. Please, let's give a warm Build welcome to our guest, Sebastián Yatra.
What's up, everybody? How are you, Kevin?
Good to see you. I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Very happy to be here. Very excited. Was just laughing backstage a little bit with this video. I hadn't seen it like in a couple weeks, like a month. I think I hadn't seen it. And it's just like, I think the funnest video we've done so far. You know, we just made up a bunch of random stuff. And even before doing the video, which was like us taking each other's girlfriends, like the whole concept to get people to hear the song and watch the video was like telling everybody that the song sucked and that the collaboration was like terrible and I didn't want to sing with Maui Ricky, and I guess people like that.
And you got your buddies involved, right? Like, didn't Balvin hop on Instagram and get involved with it?
Yeah, Balvin was like, you guys, my G. You guys gotta get back together and be friends. And then Maluma was like telling Maui Ricky, you guys messed up singing with Yatra. Like, why would you do that? And then there was a bunch of artists that got on there, so it was really fun.
Yeah, it's funny. There's something as fans, we watch that video, you can tell when people are having fun. Like, I didn't know that story, and I was watching in the studio with all you guys, and it's a fun vibe, man. It's a party vibe.
I think that was the best part of it because the video, it had a great storyline and it's just an amazing concept. But if we weren't actually like as close friends as we are and there wasn't like that vibe of just making fun of things and really enjoying the moment, maybe it wouldn't have transmitted what it does. But the video, you see it and you're laughing. At the same time, the song is sexy. So in the club, it's like a fun song to sing. It's giving girls and guys bad advice that if they get broken up with, they gotta drink like aguardiente, which is like this really strong Colombian drink, and they gotta mix it with tequila. So, you know, it's like
just double it up.
Yeah, double it up so you can make better decisions.
Well, let's start with a happy belated birthday.
Thank you so much.
October 14th, am I right?
October 15th.
Oh, October 15th. All right. But I'm a fellow October baby. I was born on, or my birthday, I should say, was Sunday.
Oh,
so yeah, shout out to
what day was that?
October 28th.
Happy
there
birthday,
you go.
bro.
But you're a Libra, I'm a Scorpio. So do you look into that?
Are you
kind of
like
stuff?
a half Libra? Isn't
No,
it like
I'm like
when you're like 24, like close to, you're like, I'm a Scorpio, but I'm almost a Libra. I don't know.
I'm a full-blown Scorpio. I know those like 23rd, 24th people though, that like depending on what's more favorable in the horoscope.
Yeah, they'll be like,
oh
oh no, I'm actually not a Libra.
Yeah.
I'm actually a Scorpio. Or they'll be like, I'm actually a Libra. I'm not a Scorpio. Yeah.
Are you into that stuff at all? You read into that stuff?
A little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit. I mean, not so much like reading like the horoscope, but for example, Yatra, it's like more a spiritual name. Like, it's not my actual last name. My last name's Obando, but it's too much like Obama, so that would have been weird, like Sebastian Obama. So Yatra means a spiritual journey. And like a lot of people in India, they go like on a yatra, which is a trip to like a sacred place to find peace, to find love, to find God. And you know this was kind of like what my career is for me. So yatra is like something really special for me. Then on my birthdays, I always spend them somewhere different, depending on where the stars align. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool too.
No, that's really cool. Where'd you spend it this year? You're probably on tour, right?
I actually spent it in Miami, so that was awesome. Yeah, I spent it with my friends in Miami, and
What'd you guys do? Can you say?
We just got really drunk.
All right.
A couple days straight. Yeah.
You went to any clubs down there?
Yeah, we went to a couple clubs, and we did a party at my friend's house, Jaco, and my friends Jesus, Jaco, Landy. I have a lot of American friends because I grew up here in the States. And I went to college in Boston, in Babson College, for like 4 months.
Well, you're like, this is not for me. I wanted to ask you about your upbringing because from about, if I have this right, about ages 5 to 20, you grew up in Miami. And then you moved back to Colombia, I understand, around the age of 20. And to me, that's who gets to interview and talk to a lot of Latin artists. That's almost reverse, right? Where you typically, you're raised somewhere else and then you come here to become an artist or what have you in the U.S. market. Do you feel like that order of events, growing up here and then moving back to Colombia, did that affect you as an artist?
I think it affected me positively. I always wanted to sing in Spanish since I was a kid. I've been influenced by artists like Luis Fonsi, like Enrique Iglesias, like Rake. There's artists, of course, like Juanes, Shakira, Carlos Vives, who we just sang together in Robarte un Beso, and that song's nominated for the Latin Grammys Song of the Year in 2 weeks in Vegas, so we're crossing our fingers, very excited about that. And So I grew up in Miami, and I was like, how do I start my career in the Latin industry? And you usually see the artists that are already playing in Miami on the radio, or that have like something big happening in the U.S. market. They already like brought a story beforehand from other countries. So it's like, maybe if I start in the U.S., I won't really be starting strong, and then it'll be like really impossible to get big in other markets like Colombia, like Argentina, like Mexico. And I really wanted to get closer to my culture, to Colombia, because I grew up in the United States. I speak Spanish fluently, but I never lived there much, so maybe I just wasn't so accustomed to the culture. So we went for it. I moved back to Colombia. I released my first single there. We've been working nonstop for the past 5 years. It's been amazing. It's been tiring, but you know, I never actually feel tired. I just feel motivated and so happy, because every single thing we're doing, we're being able to touch people through our music, through our songs, and hopefully it's something positive for all the people that hear our music.
Yeah. Did you find that growing up in the U.S. in Miami, did it give you more confidence when trying to enter the U.S. market as an artist? Because I know, I've talked to Maluma, like you mentioned, I've talked to Balvin. Sometimes when you're coming here for the first time, you're trying to cross over, it can be intimidating. Like Maluma's playing MSG on tour this year, and he was saying, he's like, you hear about these places, it's like mythical almost. Do you feel like maybe you had more confidence because it was normalized for you? It was something, you grew up here?
Yeah, I guess you understand the culture. So in the moment where you want to communicate, or where you're like, oh, okay, I don't know this place. For me, it's like, this is home. So somehow I mean, I feel at home here in New York, even though I didn't grow up here. I feel like I'm home, and I talk to you, Kevin, and it's like I'm talking to one of my friends from college, or one of my friends that I've known my whole life. So that's definitely, I think, an advantage for me. Obviously, when you talk about venues like MSG or American Airlines in Miami, or like the Staples Center, we just sang at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles a week ago on our tour, so that was amazing. But these places are still mythical for me, and it's like I dream of one day, being in Madison Square Garden with my own show in American Airlines Arena, and we're just working for that every day. The U.S. market is a whole new start for us, because we've been working in Colombia and all these different places for a long time, and I know more people there, and the people know us better there. But for us, we love challenges. We're just starting off. I think this is like the real beginning of our quest to get the American people in the U.S. market to listen to our music, and to dance with it and cry with it, and just like being able to accompany you guys in every moment of your life. We're with Christy over there. She's in our team from like a week ago, and we're just like happy to do this.
Yeah, and you seem very focused these days. I love this story I read in Billboard the other day. You won 2 Latin AMAs, by the way, so congratulations. Round of applause. It's huge.
Thanks, bro.
But you weren't even there.
I wasn't.
You were on tour.
I was in Houston. I was in Houston on tour with this guy, Manuel Turizo. He's 18, but he looks like he's 47. And he sings like really low, but he's awesome. He has like some amazing hits. He has a song with Ozuna right now, which is awesome. It's called Vaina Loca. You guys should hear it. And we are on tour together around the U.S. We're actually going to be in New Jersey this Friday, and we are going to be in New York City on Sunday, closing our tour at the United Palace, so you guys can't miss it for the world. It's just been amazing. I was so sad that I couldn't be at the Latin AMAs, but the tour was scheduled from like 8 months ago, so it was impossible to change. But I was not expecting that. We won Best New Artist of the Year at the Latin AMAs, and we also won Favorite Song Pop with Robarte un Beso.
Crazy.
So that was intense.
Crazy. Yeah.
You guys got to see my celebration on Instagram. I did like a mic drop at the end. It was kind of awkward. Yeah, it was kind of awkward.
I mean, what a month. I mean, just not to embarrass you here with all your accomplishments, but then just yesterday, you're announced as a performer at the 2018 Latin Grammys. So again, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Huge, man. Now, where are you when you get that call?
I mean, I knew I was singing at the Latin Grammys like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
We like confirmed it on our part, but they announced it yesterday. So that was incredible, being able to be a part of the Latin Grammys this year, which is such an important year. Their person of the year is going to be Maná, which is one of my favorite bands, and we just have a lot of surprises at the Latin Grammys this year. So you guys can't miss it. Latin music is, you know, I wouldn't say taking over the world, because, you know, music in general has always taken over the world. And us Latins, we don't want to like take over the world. We just want to be a part of like international and global music. We don't want it to be a moment. We want it to be something that's normal for people, you know, people all over the world. We want people to hear music in English and music in Spanish and music in Korean and music in all the languages and just feel it as the same. It's emotions, it's human emotions, it's love. It's something people want to share from the bottom of their heart. And as Latins, we just want to be there with you guys no matter what. And no matter the time, whether it's 2018 or it's 2040, we want Latin music to be a part of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you said recently about, thinking you just said about emotions and sharing emotions. You talk about your songs you want to share love through your songs. When you share a song, you're sharing love. Is that sort of the goal with your music?
Of course. It's the goal with my music, and it's primarily my goal as a person. You know, I always say that music's my passion, but it's the medium. You know, what I want to share with people is more like my message and, you know, something as a human being, you know, being respectful to others, sharing a smile. You have no idea what you can do with a smile or a hug or just saying something nice to a person that can change their whole life for positive. So we all have a lot of power in our voices and in the things we do, and we have a huge responsibility, not only with us, but with other human beings. If we work together, we can, you know, make this world even better.
Totally. It's a great message. You know, I said at the top, billion streams, 8 million followers on Instagram, all of these award nominations, performances. I think we have to go back and thank a specific someone for all of this, though. I have a theory here. I think one of the most important people in this story is this girl in middle school that you had a crush on, that was in the school play and inspired you to try out for this kissing scene. Can we give her a shout out right now?
I guess. Danny. Saludos.
Tell this story. This is amazing because this is kind of where the whole music thing started in a little bit of a way.
Of course, yeah. That's where it all started. I mean, there's been music in my life forever since my dad plays the guitar and he sings really cool. And I have a bunch of cousins and uncles that write music, and I have a cousin that just released his music in English here in Los Angeles. He's living. You guys got to check out his song. It's called Shattered Glass. His name's Steve. And Steve Obando. You guys got to check it out. And it's awesome because I never like expected it. I never thought I was going to be a musician. And one day I'm just like hanging out after school. My parents couldn't pick me up at the moment. And I'm seeing all the hot girls in class, like they're going to audition for High School Musical was the play. And I was like, damn, I know the song's a High School Musical. And then this girl I really liked was going over there. And they told me there was a kissing scene at the end. So whether this kissing scene was going to be with her or with another girl, I had never like given a kiss, so it was like, you know, it was my moment to shine, bro. So I went over there and I auditioned, and thank God at the moment I had like the same hair as Zac Efron. Like I had like the long hair, and my mom's stylist, he had convinced me to do like some highlights on my hair. I was like, okay, bro, do it. And then I looked like, you know, I was like the same little concept. So I started singing. I was like, you know, the world can see us in a way that's, yeah, you know, the High School Musical songs. And I got the part, and then I was like, it was funny because they gave me the part, and then the drama teacher, she's like, okay, Sebastian, help me pick the girl. I'm like, you know, I think she's doing it great, but, you know, she could definitely do it better. And, yeah, there was no kissing scene at the end. They cut it out.
Oh. Well, look, you wind up in pretty good shape, I'd say, right?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks, Miss Jerez.
Yeah. Now, your start in developing as an artist is really fascinating to me because what you would do early on is you would take popular songs and then you'd rewrite the lyrics.
Yeah, that's what I started doing at the beginning. For example, the first song that I changed the lyrics was "Bad Day" from Daniel Powder.
Okay.
So I did that. I would change the lyrics to other songs, and then that's when I started also like writing my own songs. And I've always been so dramatic, Kevin, when it comes to writing music. It's like I started, my first song was like when I was 12.
Was it Combi?
No, Como Mirarte was... Oh, Convéncete was the first song.
Yes,
Convéncete was the first song I wrote, and it was just, like, insane. I was, like, talking about, like...
a little bit of it.
It was, like... Convéncete, convéncete que no hay nadie para ti, que te ame y que se entregue como yo me entregué a ti, baje la luna a tus pies, something like that.
Yeah, nicely done, no? It's pretty good. How old were you when you wrote that?
I was like 12.
Wow.
I was 12, and the songs, the lyrics are like if this guy got his heart broken really intensely.
So where'd you get these ideas? Because you're not living that life at 12. So where are you getting these ideas from? Like TV and movies and stuff like that?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I've just really liked women since I was really young. I think my first crush was when I was 4. And when I was younger, like I was, it's like whenever you like a girl, you're like super intimidated. Well, right now I get a little intimidated if I like a girl. Back then I was like 2,000% more intimidated. Like I couldn't get a word through to a girl like that I actually liked until I was like 14. You know what I mean? So it's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
And so when I was like 4, I liked this girl that was like this blonde girl at a party. I remember. It was
You
like
had a party at 4?
It was like a farm party. and then I liked her, and then I just got really sad about it because we never talked. So I felt like, that was my first heartbreak.
It's eaten at you all these years.
Yeah, I don't remember her name. If I did, I'd probably go look for her.
Yeah. Hopefully she's doing well.
Hopefully.
You have done so much in your career, but of course you have such lofty goals and so many people you want to make music with. I wanted to run through some of these dream collaborations you've recently cited in past interviews, and just you tell me why this specific person. And I'll kick off with Ed Sheeran. I know that's somebody you want to work with.
Of course, I think Ed Sheeran's the best songwriter right now of our time. I opened up his show in Bogota a year ago. And that was awesome. That was insane. And we talked backstage for like 5-10 minutes, and I was like, it was really cool. I was really nervous.
So you'd like to collaborate on songwriting with him?
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah, songwriting, singing, whatever.
Some acoustic-based thing?
Yeah, I'm actually doing an acoustic album for next year.
Oh, wow.
Like it's just ballads. Right now in the Latin industry, like what's going on, mostly is reggaeton and urban, and reggaeton's taking over the world. You see, like, well, I said not taking over the world. Trying to
you
be
can
a part
say
of it.
you're taking. I'll tell you right now. I'm from Billboard. You're taking over the charts for sure. The longest reigning #1 in the history of this country is, of course, a Latin song, and then Bad Bunny and Drake just went top 5 with Mia,
and
which is an
Ozuna
entirely
with Taki Taki.
Of course, I mean, trust me. You can say you're taking over because you guys are certainly taking over.
So okay, but. So a lot of Latin artists are doing urban songs, but as a songwriter and as a guy that grew up listening to ballads, I mean, I love doing urban. Ya No Tiene Novio, Por Perro, Traicionera, Robarte un Beso, Sutra, a lot of songs we've done. But I did a song, for example, this year called No Hay Nadie Más, and it's just me on a guitar, and it has like 600 million views right now. And I think it's that song in my concerts that people like feel most in their heart, and I think it's one of those songs that can live forever. Like you listen to it 20 years ago, or you listen to it 20 years from now, and it's still gonna inspire you to fall in love and like believe in that love can actually last forever. So I want this generation and these kids growing up in the Latin world to also feel like what I felt when I was growing up with all these balladists. So I want to share like a lot of ballads, a lot of romanticism with them, and that's why we're doing this pop album, which is coming out in 2019. I'm obviously going to keep doing my urban songs, which I love, and they're super fun, and just like to get drunk at the club and stuff.
Sounds like that might happen a lot.
What?
Sebastian.
No, I'm all talk, bro.
Yeah.
I'm all talk.
You keep it in the music. Is this pop album the same as the acoustic album, or are those two different?
Yeah, no, it's the same.
Okay.
It's the same. Like,
and then when can we expect that? Are you thinking the top of 2019? What are you thinking?
Yeah, first semester.
Okay, cool.
I'll send you a copy, Kevin.
There you go. So you got to stay longer than
I'll
the
send
4
you like
months,
10 copies.
Please,
so
yeah, autograph
to
them.
all your girlfriends.
Yeah, exactly. I did want to ask about a couple more of these dream collaborations really quickly because they are very interesting to me. Quincy Jones.
Of course, amazing producer. That would be crazy, but it's one of those dreams that can't come true. But
right, well, aspirational.
Would have been cool.
Yeah, definitely.
would have been cool. There's so many people I want to work with, especially in the American market that I've had huge inspirations as well. Like, well, he's Canadian, but Michael Bublé.
Of course, yeah.
It's like my favorite artist of all time. Then there is Josh Groban.
Yeah.
Then there is Andrea Bocelli, who just came out with his new album. He actually has a song on the new album with his son, Matteo Bocelli, and his son sings exactly like him. It's pretty crazy. Wow. It's pretty cool.
Well, speaking of Ed, they just linked up last year on the Perfect cover.
Oh, yeah. They did.
Remix or whatever. We wouldn't call it Bocelli a remix, but you know what I'm saying.
The Bocelli remix.
Yeah, exactly, right? So we got the show out in Jersey at the NJ Pack on Friday. Of course, you're wrapping up tour here in the city, as you said. What's next, though? Is it just full album prep mode?
We're finishing the U.S. tour on November 4th. Then I am leaving to L.A. for a couple of days to finish the album. We're going on tour in Mexico. I have like 8 shows straight, and then I have 8 shows. And then I'm going to the Latin Grammys for like 3 days or 4.
Performing at
the Latin Grammys. We're nominated for Song of the Year. Crazy. Then I will be on tour still in Mexico, and I have a bunch of concerts and different things in Colombia and South America. I have some stuff in Argentina. I mean, we're touring basically all year for these past 5 years. Last year I did 221 shows in 86 cities around the world. And that's not including like all the promo we do, all the videos, and all the other things that are happening. But it's the only way to make it happen. If you want to do something, do it yourself, and work hard and leave it all to God. And I just ask Him for energy all the time to give my 150% in every single thing we do, and to disfrutarlo. How do you say disfrutar in English? Enjoy it.
Enjoy.
How did I forget such a simple word like enjoy?
You're so busy, there's probably no time to date.
Delicate subject, bro.
Is it? What is the dating life these days?
The dating life is pretty intense. Nah, just kidding. No. It's hard to have something stable. It's hard to offer somebody like stability. You can't make like false promises like I'm gonna be there, because you're really not gonna be there at the moment. But I definitely want to give like a serious relationship my like time and prioritizing that at some point in my life. Not right now, because it's like I love what I'm doing. I think I have such a big opportunity with music to touch so many people's hearts. And like my mind is focused on this. But of course, if I fall in love with somebody or the right person comes, it's God's timing's perfect, and I'll figure out how to make it work if that happens. And if she loves me too, because what if she doesn't? That would suck.
That would not be good. All right. Well, speaking of people that love you, we got these great fans here in attendance, and we're gonna get questions. And the first is gonna come from front row right here.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Based on your professional growth, what advice would you give your younger self?
I think I wouldn't tell myself anything, actually, because I feel like if I told myself something, then I would change the things I had done. You know what I mean? If I gave myself advice, or I told myself you're gonna do this or you're gonna do that, I wouldn't have worked as hard as I have. When you don't have like, ¿cómo se dice? Cuando uno no tiene certeza. When you don't have certainty, incertidumbre. ¿Cómo dice uno? Incertidumbre. Uncertainty. Yeah, when you have uncertainty of what's going to happen. I've been in Colombia like 5 years. I speak Spanish all day. When you have uncertainty of what's going to happen, you fight so much more for it. If everything was secured and somebody tells you all your dreams are going to happen no matter what, you're not really going to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, or like give your 200% every day, because you'll be like, oh, it's going to happen anyway. But when you actually have something to fight for and prove it to yourself, you do it way better, and you mess up a lot. And I've messed up a lot in these past 12 years, and that's gotten me where we are right now. So if I told myself something, I wouldn't be in front of you answering this question right now, and that would be super sad.
That's a good answer. Good answer.
Thank you, love.
Great question. All right, we're going to get the second question from Riot over here.
Hi.
Hello.
We love you.
Well, I love you too. Can we hug it out?
Oh my God. Hi, thank you. So the question we had was, out of all the celebrities or artists you've worked with,
Who's like the one that's left you the most starstruck?
Like who I've collaborated with?
Or like just like in general, like who's like someone that like you truly admire and you've met? And
I mean, I really admire my producers. They're Dandy and Andres Torres. They are nominated right now at the Latin Grammys for Producer of the Year. They produced Despacito, and it's just insane working with them because they're literally doing every genre, and every genre they do it amazing. They're the best songwriters I've met. They're big workers. We have an amazing relationship we've been building in the past years, and I started 5 years ago. I released my first single. My second single, I did it with Dandy. And when I met him, I was like, this guy's going to be the biggest producer in the Latin world. And then when they started working together, like 3 years ago, and I saw them work together, and we wrote Traicionera in 15 minutes. Everything just happened really quick. We wrote Robarte un beso together. When we wrote Traicionera and everything, and we started working those days, I told myself, these guys together are going to be the biggest producers in the world. And 1 year later, they make Despacito, which is the biggest song ever. So I really admire them, and I'm just impressed every time we work together.
Yeah, totally. Good job tag teaming that question. I've never seen that before. You started it, and then you ended it. That was good. Teamwork.
Very nice.
We have time for one final question. It'll come from right back here.
Hey, I
Hello.
love you too.
How are you? I love you
good.
too.
What has been your favorite experience so far while being on tour?
I think every single thing we're living day to day is my favorite. You know, there was a point in my life, like maybe like a year ago, year and a half, that I was like, you know, emotionally like messed up. And I think that's because I didn't really know how to enjoy things. You know, every time we did something, I wasn't concentrating on how amazing what was happening was. I was just simply thinking, what's next? So what's going to happen next? So I would be in this interview, and this interview is amazing, and being here with all of you is so exciting. But I would be in my head like, okay, we're here, but where are we going next? And what's going to happen tomorrow? And when are we going to do this new song? And what's something bigger that's going to happen after and after and after and after? And I didn't like focus too much on the present. And, you know, I've just learned to enjoy every single little thing, every single big thing. And, you know, my favorite moment is always the one I'm living right now.
Well said.
Thank
there
you.
you go. Great question, too. Everybody loves you, man.
We got together before she told me what was.
Oh, you had to work it out? Have you guys all prepped that hug and everything?
We prepped it all, yeah.
Nice work, everybody.
Good acting.
All right, well, we are unfortunately out of time. Sebastian, thank you so much for stopping by. Best
you,
of luck at the Latin Grammys, and we'll
Thanks,
keep
bro.
our eye out for that album in 2019.
Thank you. Love you guys so much.
One more time for
God bless
Sebastian,
you.
guys.
Hey.